Muslim. So here again we are with another new chapter that is known as digestive system. Alright. So before this chapter, I begin this chapter, you should know the food that we take. Okay. The food we take, it has to be used by our body. No, it has to be absorbed by our body and it has to be utilized in our body so that we have healthy life as well as we grow and develop properly. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to discuss about that. Okay, so this digestive system undergoes a process which is known as digestion. Okay, so in this process what happens? The food that we take, okay, in order to be utilized by our body, first of all it has to be broken down into simple form. Okay, the complex form of foods, whatever we take, vitamins, carbohydrates, fats and all, no, whatever we take, it has to be broken down into simple or soluble form or absorbable form. Okay, that is done with the help of enzyme. Okay, which is present in our different digestive glands. That process is known as digestion. Okay, so overall we can define digestion as a process by which complex food substances are broken down into simple absorbable form with the help of digestive enzymes in our body. Okay, so now what are enzymes now? These are chemical substances, okay, that alters the rate of the metabolic activities in our body. Okay, it alters the rate of changes that are taking place in our body. Okay, so what is the function of it? Now see, enzymes are protein molecules. They are molecules which are made up of protein. Okay, they speed up the chemical reaction that is going inside our body. Okay, so without these enzymes, all the activities that are going in our body, if enzymes are not present there, they would slow down. Sometimes it does not take place also, it does not occur also. Okay, so that's why it's very, very important. And always remember that these enzymes, they are destroyed when they are heated. Okay, they get destroyed when they are heated. Examples here, salivary amylase, the enzyme. Pepsin is also one enzyme and lipase is also one enzyme. Now let's see where they are found and what do they do. Okay, so salivary amylase, they are found in the salivary gland. Okay, and it breaks down carbohydrates into simple form. Okay, pepsin, it is present in the walls of the stomach and they break down protein substances, okay, into simple form. And lipase, it is found in the pancreas, okay, and it dissolves or breaks down fats. So these are the chemical substances which helps in the process of digestion in your digestive system. Now we are going to discuss about the different processes in digestion. Okay. Okay. Now the next is the process involved in digestion. Okay. So remember that in this process of digestion, digesting your food, changing it into complex to simple form. Okay, there are 5 steps. Okay. Now, first step is ingestion. You all take food, no? Go with the hands and put it in the mouth. Intake of food through your mouth. That process is known as ingestion. Okay, the first step is known as ingestion, where there is an intake of your food through your mouth. Okay, then comes the next step is known as digestion here. Okay, so digestion also, it occurs in 2 stages here. First one is mechanical digestion, second one is chemical digestion. So first step involved here is mechanical digestion here. Now food has reached inside your mouth, no? So what happens here? The large pieces of the food, no, that we are chewing there, no? What happens? The large pieces of the food changes into smaller pieces by the enzyme that are present in your salivary glands along with the help of enzymes that are secreted in the mouth. Okay, here, and what do you do with the help of your teeth and your tongue, what do? You chew it. No? By chewing, or it is also known as mastication. Okay. Then the food, it is turned into churns, we call it. Okay. Then it reaches the stomach. Okay. When it reaches the stomach, then it goes for another digestion, which is known as chemical digestion here. It occurs in the stomach here. Okay, so what happens here? The molecules of carbon, protein, fats and all, they are changed into smaller molecules. Okay, smaller forms of food. Okay, then after that, what happens to it? It diffuses in the blood by a process known as hydrolysis. Okay, it is mixed in the blood. It passes to the blood. Okay, it gets mixed in the blood. Okay, by a process known as hydrolysis. Okay, in hydrolysis, what happens here? Water is used along with the digestive enzyme. Understanding? Then another one, the third step here after that, after chemical digestion takes place now, what is happening? The food is dissolved in the, food diffuses in the blood capillaries. Yes or no? Then now, what happens? Absorption is the third step. Okay, in absorption, it passes to the small intestine. Okay, then from the small intestine, it passes to the blood capillaries. Now, it is ready to be transported throughout your body. Once it reaches the blood capillaries, you all know blood. What do they do? What is its function? To carry food, oxygen and all. Yes or no? So, those digested food, it goes to the blood capillaries for further transportation. Okay, then assimilation is the process of transportation of food through the body. Then after this absorption, it is absorbed. Okay, then it gets transported throughout your body. That process is known as assimilation. Okay, now the useful substances, whatever is absorbed by the blood, it is utilized by our body. But the food materials that is not needed by our body, those are waste products. No, it has to be removed out. Yes or no? That process is known as digestion. So in this process, what happens? The waste materials get eliminated. Okay, this process is also known as defecation. Please remember that. It is also known as defecation or digestion. So these are the major steps involved in the process of digestion. Hope you have understood. Okay. Now, here you can see the picture here. So we are going to discuss the mode of digestion here. Okay, all the steps, what is happening in the process of digestion. So first of all, you should remember this. In order to undergo this process, there are specific organs which are responsible for digestion. Okay, those are known as digestive organs. Okay, so first important one, okay, this digestive system, it is also known as alimentary canal system. Okay, alimentary system also. Okay, and or digestive system. So here, please see your focus here. So the organs which are responsible for this system or makes up this system. First one is the mouth. Okay, then comes your esophagus or the food pipe. Then comes your stomach. Okay, then from the stomach starts your small intestine. You can see this coiled up structure, thin one. No? Those are the small intestine. Okay, then comes your large intestine. Okay, then see, large intestine starts from here, going here. So this portion, the last portion of this, this large intestine is known as rectum, and the last portion is the exit. Okay, the opening that exits out. Okay, that is known as anus. So this makes up your digestive system. These are the organs that undergo the process of digestion. Okay, so along with that, you can see the other organs also. Liver, gallbladder, you can see pancreas here. These are the glands that secrete different types of enzymes or juices that helps in the process of digestion. Okay, now, so you can see the first step. This is the oral cavity. Oral, the mouth, tongue, teeth makes up your oral cavity. Okay, so this portion, this is the mouth. No, mouth, it has what? Tongue and your teeth, which undergoes mechanical digestion. So that is known as the oral cavity here. Okay, so in the oral cavity, what happens? Here there is a mixing of the food with the saliva with the help of, and also with the help of tongue and teeth. No, there is a mixing. There is a breaking down of food. Okay. Then after that, the food passes down the food pipe. Food pipe is also known as esophagus. Okay. Now the food passes down the esophagus. So these esophagus also, they are made up of muscular structures. Okay, so these muscular structures, you all know, they contract and relax. Okay, they form a wave-like movement due to the contraction and relaxation, such that the food passes from your mouth. Okay, that process of sending the food down, it is known as peristalsis. Okay, due to the process of peristalsis, the food passes down the esophagus. Okay, then after that, here, after the esophagus, it reaches the esophagus. Where does it reach? It reaches the stomach here. Okay. In the stomach is a bag-like structure, J-shaped, okay, bag-like structure which holds the food there. Okay. Here, it produces gastric juices and also other digestive juices. Okay, which mixes the food, or which breaks down the food or the acidic substances in the food into simple form. Okay, then after it is further broken down, you can see it passes down to the small intestine. The first portion of the small intestine, that is known as duodenum. Please remember, small intestine also divided into three parts: duodenum, then the middle portion is known as the jejunum, and the last portion of the small intestine is known as the ileum. Okay, so the food from the stomach, it passes down to, it reaches the duodenum there. Okay, in duodenum what happens? The food mixes with the bile juice, okay, and also the other pancreatic juices that comes from liver, gallbladder and the pancreas. Okay, so all the digestive juices and the enzymes that are secreted by these glands, okay, they are also secreted in the small intestine. Okay, in the duodenum here. Okay, the small intestine. Okay, so when the food comes there, with the help of those digestive juices and all, it further breaks down into more simple form. Okay, so here, which process takes place is here, emulsification of fats and oils takes place here. Okay, emulsification is the breaking of fats into oil, is known as emulsification here. Okay, so your fat is digested here, broken down in the duodenum here. Understanding? Then after that, it passes to the jejunum here, this portion. It passes down in the jejunum. Then it reaches the ileum here. You can see the lowest portion of the small intestine. Okay, it is known as ileum. In ileum, complete digestion takes place here. So remember that now. Where does the digestion take place? Actually, the complete digestion, it occurs in the last portion of the small intestine, that is known as ileum here. Okay. Here what happens? Then after that, you can see it is absorbed. The food that is required by the body, it is absorbed by the walls here of the small intestine, and it is taken by the capillaries, blood capillaries, and it is taken throughout the body. It is distributed. Okay. Now the remaining waste products, where does it go from the small intestine now? The usable substance, it is absorbed, but there are waste products also which are not needed by a body. It needs to be excreted out. Yes or no? So then after that, it enters the large intestine. So you can see this one is the large intestine. The first large intestine is known as cecum. Okay. Then cecum also, you can see the starting point is the cecum. Then comes the colon. This all is the colon. Okay, of the large intestine. Then comes this portion is the rectum. So large intestine also divided into three parts. Okay, cecum, then colon, then the rectum. Okay, so you can see this first, the entry where the small intestine is entering, the large intestine, that is known as cecum. Then these are the colons. Okay, this one is the ascending, it is going upward, no? So ascending colon. Okay, this long to you, this one transverse section here, this is known as transverse colon. Okay, then this one down, coming down one, that is known as descending colon. Okay, then now it goes here, the food, the waste products gets collected in the rectum here. This portion is known as the rectum. This is sac-like structure there. Okay, where all the waste products, it gets stored or collected there. Okay, then from the rectum, okay, when the elimination period comes, okay, it eliminates out or it gets excreted out through the last portion of the alimentary canal or the digestive system, which is known as the anus. So the waste product, it gets exit out from the anus. So these complete your digestion, the process of digestion. Okay. If any doubts, clarification, you can contact me. Hope you all have understood. Thank you so much.